Hey, what's up guys, Chili's here, welcome back to more Witch on the Holy Night. Last time, we left off with, Kobimaru having a bit of a misunderstanding with, Soujyuro. And that misunderstanding then extended on to Aoko. Which, you know, that will probably cause some issues, at some point. But for now, we're with Soujyuro headed home. The school day over. Soujyuro, not headed home, headed to his job, whatever. Same thing. Well, not really, whatever. The school day over. Soujyuro headed straight to his job. Well, the school had approved his jobs at the Chinese restaurant and fish market in Misaki's shopping district. There was other work he hadn't mentioned to them. But isn't him volunteering at the church the whole, like, the way around that? Like, isn't that what that was for? And it wasn't because he knew that they would complain at him working too many, but rather because of the illicit nature of one job in particular. I beg your pardon? Today, his workplace was a Pachinko parlor in front of a Yashirogi station. Oh, okay. But illicit, that's not what I... Yeah, okay, never mind. Soujyuro changed out of his school uniform and into a black faux tuxedo uniform, then began cleaning the storefront. Yeah. Yashirogi was the jewel of the Misaki City. A busy place with a vast assortment of commercial centers and shopping arcades. Where there were people in mass, there were products made in mass. A romantic might describe it as a place of joy. A realist would note the free enterprise. Yeah, I guess. And a cynic would point out all the garbage. Okay. Local authorities had attempted to beautify Yashirogi, but there was one basic tenet of society that they could not overcome. This establishment was the embodiment of that rule. Businesses such as this attracted the dregs of society, and as such, the front of the parlor had to be cleaned several times a day. Yeah. Soujyuro stood outside in the winter cold, sweeping used-up cigarette butts, picking up discarded flyers, and tossing empty cans into the trash. Something about it must have reminded him of mountain life, because he cheerfully finished the job with ease. I guess. After making sure the storefront was acceptably clean, he returned to the inside of the parlor where it was nice and warm. Blinding lights, deafening sounds, and the oppressive odor of tobacco assaulted him as he passed through the parlor on his way to the office.
店長、外回りの掃除終わりました。
はい、ご苦労様。それでいいかな。2階の40番台のお客さんの様子見てきてくれない？
What? They pass out or something? Yeah, it's possible, yes.
そうなんだよね。あのお姉さん。
Oh. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, it's gonna be the lady from 1.5, right? The, like, purple-haired ditz lady who helped him out. His boss was a good-natured man who used to work a desk job. The reason he employed someone like Soujyuro, even though he was clearly a student, was not because he admired him for working his way through school. It was because all of the other employees were scary and intimidating, and he wanted at least one employee who was not. Fair enough, I guess.
いいんですか？トイレの掃除まだですけど。
You'd rather clean the toilets than do this. I mean, you do you, I guess, but...
いいの。なんかね、カメラの死角にいるんでいまいち確証取れないの。
Why would you have a machine placed in a blind spot? That That seems like an oversight on your end.
そうちゃん、今のところ的中率 100% でしょ。様子見てきてくれないかな。
Okay. Sure. Hearing that, Soujyuro put away his cleaning equipment and headed upstairs. A sixth sense for that kind of thing, huh? Interesting. It was a typically large-scale pachinko parlor with 2 floors. It prided itself on being a local establishment that was satisfied with taking the locals' money little by little without resorting to more exploitative means. But regardless of the parlor's intentions, its customers were not so scrupulous. Okay. Among them were casual players, professional gamblers, and cheaters looking to profit by exploiting whatever loopholes they could find. Of particular prevalence was a device developed in the mid-80s that could disrupt the machine's circuitry from the outside, and make it much easier to get what was called the 777 jackpot. Which that doesn't make sense, because pachinko machines aren't slot machines. Okay, whatever. As much as the parlor wanted to deny these cheaters entry, it needed to present hard evidence of cheating, or risk losing customers. Particularly in the service industry, innocent until proven guilty was not a rule taken lightly. Yeah. As a result, they could only punish the customers they caught in the act. Such cheaters were known as gotoshi, a slice of society which Soujyuro knew nothing about. What he didn't know was that they were inconveniencing his employer and violating their rules. Allegedly. He went upstairs. The radio and game machine sounds on the 2nd floor were quieter than the cacophony downstairs. There were 100 game machines on the ground floor and over 80 on the 2nd. Well, there were some empty seats here and there. It was a solid evening turnout. The machine mentioned by his boss was in the center aisle. Soujyuro nonchalantly leaned back against the wall and watched the customer hit the jackpot over and over again. Yeah, no, that's definitely suspicious. They're hitting it over and over. Hey, yo. The second he saw her, his gut told him that she wasn't cheating. Okay, but how is she hitting jackpot after jackpot then? He still wasn't sure what made someone a master swindler, but if it meant they were special, this woman certainly fit the description. It was almost as if he could feel the luck emanating from her. Right. As the customers looked on, she silently turned the handle again and again. She appeared older than Soujyuro. Okay. Her hair's too short. She's not the ditz from... Actually, is that the nun? She wore a green form-fitting one... okay, a form-fitting one-piece dress. Right. A pair of stockings covered her legs. Her slender legs were gracefully crossed. And her elegance suited a painting better than a casino. Her dark reddish hair was cut short in a bob, perfectly framing her stylish spectacles and crimson lips. Truth be told, something was off about this picturesque beauty ringing the jackpot over and over again. Yeah. 4 boxes worth of pachinko balls sat at her feet, and her winning streak showed no sign of abating. Okay, his gut's telling him she's not cheating, but it definitely seems like she's cheating. She looked bored as her slender porcelain fingers lifted a long cigarette to her lips. It's definitely the nun. That is like for sure. She has like short purple hair. Like my bet is on the nun. I forget what her name was though, but that's my bet. Also, uno momento, I have to do something really quick. Feels like I've seen her somewhere. Just as that thought crossed his mind, her gaze turned towards the wall and Soujyuro. Suddenly, a chill ran down his spine. Okay, that wasn't the nun, I think. He reflexively covered his mouth to keep from shrieking. Or it is the nun. Maybe. I don't know. Wait, the woman from yesterday. Is he talking about when he went to the park? And he saw the flamethrower person, I guess? Acting on pure instinct, Soujyuro took off running. He headed straight downstairs, desperate to not be on the same floor as her. Okay. He would have run straight out the door, but for his obligations to his job.
店長、早退します。それと、2階の人は問題ないです。
He tried to keep his composure as he spoke, jamming his school uniform into a paper bag as he ran out of the parlor. The boss is probably like, what the fuck? Cloudy weather brought the shadow of night over Yashirogi as he ran through the shopping arcade toward the station. Huh. He shot up the long staircase like an arrow, quickly pulled his train pass from his wallet, and passed through the ticket gate. The ticket gate was crowded with people standing around, walking and talking. The station attendant by the automatic ticket machine had an unpleasant look on his face. There was now a familiar, comforting hustle and bustle around him. Just another day in the city. Nothing like what he witnessed the night before. Yeah, right. Very, very strange. He could finally breathe again. The momentary rush of relief brought him to an abrupt stop. He nervously turned around. There was no way that dangerous individual could be behind him. Yeah, no way. Yeah, surely. Surely. Yeah, why would you? He couldn't think of a good reason for why he'd fled so desperately. As far as he could remember, he hadn't even seen the threat's face long enough to form an opinion about her. Right. Soujyuro gave himself a good slap on the cheek to pull himself together and quickly made his way down to the platform. Unfortunately, the next train was 10 minutes away, and panicking would do him no favors, so he quietly found an empty seat and sat down. Ahem. He took another deep breath. He was surrounded by people waiting for the train, just like he was. And no sign of anyone pursuing him. His head finally cleared up, and he assured himself that he was overthinking things. Though he was surprised at how heavy his shoulders felt. Yeah, just tired. Yeah, that's all it was, right? Soujyuro sighed at his greater than expected fatigue. He had certainly struggled since coming down from the mountains, but in retrospect, it could have been worse. Physically, he was probably holding up fine. Yeah, probably. He was much less confident in his mental state. The city and the mountains could not have been more different. He had been slow to recognize the differences and adapt. Acclimation was simple enough. Humans were nothing if not adaptable. Even without any effort, one would learn to adjust over time. Recognizing the challenges had been the hard part. Are we gonna get some, like, info on why? Because, like, obviously he was injured somehow. Like, he has bandages around his neck still. So, I assume we're gonna get, like, the reasoning for him leaving the mountains at some point. Like, I assume he was probably injured somehow and had to be brought to like a actual hospital, or he would have died or something. And because he had to be like, he was like too unstable to leave, to like not be close to a hospital or something. Maybe, I don't know. Soujyuro grumbled a complaint he'd never uttered before. To be honest, he was still afraid to wander around town. There were so many things city people took for granted that Soujyuro had yet to grasp. It was little wonder that this never-ending chain of surprises would wear on him.
そっか。疲れてるのは体じゃないのか。
Mentally tired?
だから、あんな幻を見る。
Yeah, hallucination, right? Yeah, totally. It's still totally a hallucination. For sure. He muttered to himself, then shook his head. That which exists, exists. Such was his way of all things. Yeah? Tobimaru called it a hallucination, but Soujyuro knew what he saw was real. The city was a magical kingdom compared to the mountains. If there were real magicians secretly living here, that should have been no surprise at all. Yeah, about that. The thought alone made his legs tremble. It took him a moment longer to realize that they were quivering out of fear. He had feared the unnatural ever since he encountered a wild bear on a mountain path as a child.
いや、あれはこんなもんじゃなかったっけ。
Yeah, magic and wild bears are a bit different.
なりふり構わず泣き叫んだもんな、あの時は。
Yep, fair. Fair. Soujyuro smiled a little as he recalled his traumatic childhood memory. Anyone would have fainted at the sudden appearance of a growling beast that towered over 6 feet tall. The monster in the movie that Soujyuro saw not 2 days ago is the equivalent of a cuddly stuffed animal when compared to the wild mountain creatures. He was reminded that he'd faced far worse before, and his ordeal now was something he could endure.
そうだよな。今の問題はとちらっと聞こえた最後のセリフか。捕まえて始末するっていうのは。
I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. It's catch and eliminate. Oh yeah, okay, there we go. At face value, the meaning was obvious, but the implications were too frightening to contemplate seriously. Perhaps he'd misheard the words, or perhaps the speaker had misspoke. Yeah.
都会のルール。誰かがきっと罰しに来る。か。
Eventually, after you're dead. Even as he said it, the idea didn't feel quite real. It was hard to imagine that it applied to him. Soujyuro breathed in and closed his eyes. His vision dimmed, putting the illuminated cityscape out of sight and out of mind. For now, he resolved to put last night's events behind him. When he opened his eyes, his breathing had calmed.
それでさ、青崎を殴りつけようとして、結局どうなったんだ、飛び丸。
Tried? From what I gathered, he did hit her. Which, I'm so disappointed she didn't beat his ass, but, whatever. I guess realistically she probably only could have done that if she used magic, and then if she used magic in front of him, she would have literally had to kill him, so. The question suddenly popped into Soujyuro's head. He decided he would ask next time, and stood up from his chair. A long streak of light blazed by, announcing the arrival of the next train. Oh, okay. Sure. I was intending to do like a 40-minute session, but I guess we'll stop here. Okay. Archive. Just making sure there's no Oh, hello. There is something new. Okay then, next time... Wait, hang on, let me make sure. Oh no, this is just chapter 2. I'm a dumbass. Never mind. This was just chapter 2. Okay, yeah, no, forget I said anything. That's literally just what we went through just now. I thought it was another extra chapter. Alright, save. And, yeah, anyway, that's gonna do it. And next time, we'll start chapter 3, I guess, and... maybe we'll finally get a throwback or flashback to, like, what happened, because I don't remember seeing what he was talking about. So I assume we're gonna get, like, a flashback with him at some point that will go over what happened in that park. Like, am I literally just, like, have I just literally forgot somehow that something happened, or what? Anyway, title. Like, I'm pretty sure I didn't... Hang on, hang on. Extra archive. It would have been in... Yeah, no, there's no way. Yeah, so it's just... Yeah, I assume we're gonna get a flashback at some point that will go over what he's talking about that he saw in the park. But anyway, for now, like I said, that's gonna do it. Thank you for watching, and okay, actually, I want to say something real quick. I hate that at the bottom it says what the next fucking, like, section is. I don't want to, like, I don't want to know it's tea time. Okay, well, I was getting that little nitpick out of the way. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. Peace.